At Red Barn, our pet food ingredients work overtime. They aren't just there for show. Dandelion greens work to maintain a healthy digestive system. Salmon oil works to enhance the immune system. Green-lipped mussels work to support joint health. These hard-working ingredients support your dog's active, healthy life. Look at the label. We want you to. Red Barn Naturals Pet Food. Simply the best. Find it in your local pet specialty store. Visit redbarninc.com/coupon to save $1 off your first can.
Blog Talk Radio.
You know what time it is. Time to hang out with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop. Get the latest scoop. From Mr. Coop. From Mr. Coop. From Mr. Coop. Hang with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop. Get the latest scoop. From Mr. Coop. From Mr. Coop.
Welcome to the Big Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop. And today, guys, Season 3 is still going strong. Guys, today's episode, I don't know how to explain this. We have a highly successful actor. Coop, I'm your host, Coop. And today, guys, we actually have Season 3 going strong. And it's still going strong. Make sure you tell your family, your friends, your associates, your haters even. Tell them to tune in to Blog Talk Radio right now /The Big Scoop with Coop. Make sure you also go to the website www.thebigscoopwithcoop.com. Now, guys, today, oh gosh, we have an actor on the show that's highly successful. You have seen him in The Walking Dead. He's actually been in numerous other shows also, and he has a hit movie that's coming out, 999. You got to make sure you catch all of this, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to bring my guest on the show. Everybody's been waiting for this worldwide. The one, the only, Mr. LaBrandon Shead. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Man, everything is good. How's your day going today, Mr. Shead?
Oh man, it's going great. It's going great. I'm feeling blessed. Just to wake up, live another day. It's great. Some good stuff is happening.
It really is, and I mean, and you're blowing up, especially in the movie industry and the television industry. But just to let you know, on this show, we always talk about how you started in your career, your success, give advice on how to get into your career, and much more. Now, we have people listening worldwide right now, Mr. Shead, and like I said, you're very known. You've been seen on the big screen. You've been seen on the television screen. You've been seen all over. You're doing things where a lot of people would love to do right now. So, Mr. Shead, let's go on to start this thing off from the beginning. When did you first realize that you wanted to become an actor?
Gosh, man, it's crazy. I basically grew up, always wanted to be an athlete. I started off, I was just playing football, and I always thought, hey, I'll try to, go and play in the NFL and, that sort of thing. But it's actually crazy. The whole acting thing kind of sprang about. I was actually dared to do a talent show in high school. Like that was the last thing on my mind. And I was actually playing as Steve Urkel in a skit. And, I did this whole transformation thing into his, his famous Stephon character, and I did, I busted out into like a salsa dance, if you will. And
wow.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And it just kind of triggered something back in my head. I was like, actually this acting thing isn't so bad.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you a big fan of Family Matters growing up?
Oh, that was my favorite show. Oh man, like, just see, that acting on the show, and really the show in general, like to have a black family, middle class family, doing well, and seen in a good light, on television was amazing, and I followed that show for years, and it's great. that show was actually a big inspiration, to me early on.
And see, I feel you on that one, Mr. Shead, because me personally, I grew up, I used to love TGIF on Friday nights, where it had Family Matters and a few other shows actually following it. And, I mean, that was good TV for me. I mean, that was before the reality shows started hitting. This was good family sitcom that, you and your whole family can sit down and watch, and it'll make the youngest to the oldest bust out laughing in the tears all the time. So I'm definitely following you on that. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it's just some great, like, I think then, like, that was just some great television, just have you laughing from your gut,
So true. Now, let me ask you this, Mr. Shead. Now, do you feel that television today, compared to the yesteryears, early 90s, late 80s, do you feel like it's done a big shift for the better or the worse, in your opinion?
I actually see TV has actually slowly come back. I feel like, there's some great shows on TV now, and I'm starting to see a lot more opportunities for minorities, and it's great. We're definitely moving in the right direction, just as far as, you have these new shows coming out on platforms like Netflix and Amazon, and it's creating a lot of opportunities, and I think we're definitely making big steps, on creating work, for everyone really. So I'm definitely proud of that.
Yes, sir. I definitely get you on that one too. I feel that television has had a split where it went up and then it went down, and now, like you say, it's making this big comeback again. So,
right.
I feel, and I hope it still strives to the top. I really do. And I know we're going to talk about this later, but LaBrandon, I got to give you your props on The Walking Dead. I actually faithfully watched that show, and you did your thing up there. But we'll talk about it later on, but I have to give you your props right now on that.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Now, did you have any role models to help you in the beginning of your acting career?
Early on, whenever I decided, it was actually after that talent show, I went on and I studied, theater at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And I had a couple role models actually who were professors at the school. One being my old professor Nate Bynum. He created Acting for the Camera program. I still talk with him, to this day, and as well as another professor of mine, Clarence Gilliard. He was actually on Walker, Texas Ranger. Oh,
wow.
And he decided, to teach. It was actually in my last 2 years. And really both of these guys, they really made me take acting very, very serious, and really made me, hone in on my craft, and to always ask myself questions, as far as creating characters and really just trying to service, a script, and to this day, I'm grateful for those guys.
Are you still in contact with them today?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I like to terrorize them every once in a while, send them text messages, asking for advice, and they're great guys. They're really great guys. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Now, we heard about how you started in your career. You pulled off a banging Steve Urkel. I believe you still can do it to this day. We see you actually had a few mentors actually help you up also. Now, here's one thing that I do remember about you, LaBrandon, and I will ask you about this now. How did the movie Stealing Las Vegas impact your career?
Oh man, let me tell you. Like honestly, like if it weren't for that film, I wouldn't have got Walking Dead. I wouldn't have got 999. Or Confirmation. Like that film, literally, it was originally actually a co-curricular film through my school, UNLV, and the chairman of the film department, Francisco Menendez, he saw me in a play a few years back, and he asked me if I wanted to audition for one of the leads for the film. And it was great because the film actually had Eric Roberts attached to it, and I auditioned for the film, and I luckily found out I got the part, and it was huge, and the film got distribution, and honestly, it was that single credit actually opened so many doors for me, and I'm so lucky, till this day. Like if I didn't get that opportunity, I definitely, I don't think I would have got walking. It probably would have came maybe later on, but I'm so grateful.
That's what I'm talking about. Did you, when you actually auditioned for it, did you feel like that you had the part after you finished auditioning, or did you had that nervous side where you felt like, oh man, X amount of people is going for this, do I even have a chance? How comfortable were you after the audition?
I felt very prepared. That's one thing I early on I focused on was, I was like, if I'm super prepared, for this, like I'll have a certain comfort in it. So it kind of calmed my nerves in a way. And I actually told myself, I said, I was like, this is my role, this is my role, this is my role. And I think that mindset, it kind of helped me kind of sink, ground myself in the role, in the audition process. And I think that like ultimately kind of bled through, in the performance. So, it was, mine to lose, I felt, So.
Yeah. And I know how you feel because myself, I've been in 2 movies working on my 3rd, but they're trying to convert it over to television shows. And when I found out I had the part for what I was in, it was called Sins of the Wicked, and part 2 was called Sons of the Wicked. And I know what you're saying because myself, I had to get myself into that part where, okay, this is mine. Everybody else auditioning for it. You can't have it. This will be me right here. So, and I believe that you have to have that confidence level somewhere to actually, pull you through, because me personally, I feel you can't walk on stage or walk into an audition room. And I understand being nervous, but I feel you can't doubt yourself for the whole time, because if you do, I feel like it's going to pull your performance down in some type of way. So
absolutely,
I definitely where you coming from.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So important to really trick yourself,
Mm-hmm. You have to.
It's if you don't, then someone else will.
That's the truth speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening worldwide, while you're listening worldwide, I apologize. Take heed to everything that LaBrandon Shead is telling you. You can't go in there, and these are my words. LaBrandon didn't say this. These are my words. You can't go in there half-stepping. You go in there, put your all in there, and feel like you have it. And when you know you have it, watch the results compared to going in there self-doubting yourself for the whole time. So make sure you take heed to these words that's going on. LaBrandon's here to teach y'all something, and trust me, you're going to get something out of this show. I promise you that. Now, LaBrandon, for the people that haven't heard of you, can you tell some of these people some of the movies and television shows that you have actually been part of?
Yes, I was lucky enough. I started out. I moved to LA about 5 years ago, and I would do like little jobs. I was lucky enough to be on How I Met Your Mother as a basketball player. Mm-hmm. It was sort of a basketball tryout, if you will. Once I got to set, and that was sort of an early thing for me. And then, and I got a little more serious, approaching the craft, and I was able to get Stealing Las Vegas, and then after that, Walking Dead, and I was lucky enough to work on a pilot, with the director actually of Braveheart, Randall Wallace, in Virginia. Did that, and 999, just was in theaters, and now Confirmation, starring Kerry Washington, an HBO film that will actually be out this Saturday. next
Nice.
Saturday. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you catch all of this. If you haven't seen none of it, make sure you check out 999. Confirmation, everything. I'm telling you, LaBrandon is on fire. And if you haven't seen it, and LaBrandon, please correct me if I'm wrong. It was episode 2 of season 6 that you showed up on The Walking Dead, correct?
Oh, yeah, that's correct, sir. Yeah.
Wow, my memory is good. And guys, if you haven't seen it, check it out. I mean, this guy is doing a banging job. He's taking the television industry, the movie industry by storm. You guys got to check this out. Now, LaBrandon, tell people about 999. What is this movie about?
Yeah, 999. It's, you know, I love, you know, the director. You know, he did a fantastic job, John Hillcoat. It's about a corrupt, you know, crew of cops and them getting blackmailed by the Russian mob. So you have this crew. You know, the cast is incredible. You have Anthony Mackie, Norman Reedus, Aaron Paul, Casey Affleck, Kate Winslet. You know, you have this incredible cast, and they're sort of, you know, they're robbing banks, you know, and they're working for the Russian mob. So you have this kind of this world where there is no real good or bad. So it's really interesting. You know, it's dark. It's people just have to see it. You know, it's it's incredible, and yeah, it's great. I'm playing a police sergeant. You know, I basically team up, you know, Anthony Mackie, you know, and Casey Affleck in the film, and they're working in my gang unit. So yeah, it's great. It was amazing to get to work with those guys. You know, it's like the best of the best. You know.
Yeah.
And
how was the atmosphere, you know, on stage, or I'm sorry, on set, as far as it goes for 999?
Oh man, it was so loose. I loved it. Like, honestly, it felt like we were making an indie film, you know, with some friends. Like it was so loose. Like the director John Hillcoat, he created such an atmosphere where he let us play and he let us ad lib. So you know, you get a lot of, you know, banter like in the film that, you know, just naturally came from us, and it was amazing. I love he let us, you know, do that. You know, it created, you know, some real, you know, relationships like in the film. And I would love to work with those guys, you know, again. You know, it's and not a lot. You know, a lot of times you get to have a director that'll let you play, you know, like that. So I'm grateful to have been a part of that thing.
Nice. Now, LaBrandon, do you feel like there will be a part 2 or a continuation to 999?
You know, there's always a possibility. I do kind of see the film as kind of a standalone, you know, one-time, art, you know, piece of art that'll just kind of just be what it is, and that story is done. But you know, in the end, you know, you can maybe see there is, you know, a window that's kind of left open, you know. So we'll see. I would love to. I'd love to be a part of it again if they decide to do another one. And,
that's what I'm talking about, man. If you all are listening out there right now, make a part 2. I know 999 just dropped, but still, make a part 2. Let LaBrandon come back and shine again. I'm telling you, this. Yeah. I'm not sure if they can make one, but if they do, LaBrandon, please jump on it. I hope you do.
Man. Yeah. Oh,
yes,
I would love that.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, since you mentioned this, I'm going to bring this back up again. That HBO film, Confirmation, and I mean, you know, you have, and I know it's about Anita Hill, but I'm going to let you get into that part in a second. But how did it feel to actually be on set or playing with Kerry Washington in a film?
That said, it was really like the big leagues. You know, what was interesting was when I first got to set, I wasn't shooting, but I was actually able to see Wendell Pierce, like in one of his scenes, before Congress. And oh my goodness, let me tell you, he's incredible in the film. Like he literally, like the little bit I saw, like from seeing him was amazing. Like I honestly think like this film is going to get a lot of critical acclaim, because of the performances of him and Kerry Washington, me doing my thing, like I literally had to, I had to take a deep breath because you have all these incredible actors, Greg Kinnear, Dylan Baker, you have them on Congress, and I'm, my character John Carr, I testify on behalf of Anita Hill, and I have all these heavyweights in front of me, and I literally had to, I had an outer body experience. I was like, okay, this is as big as it gets, So I'm just lucky to be a part of that thing, and I'm really excited for people to watch it next weekend.
Man,
it's gonna, yeah.
Everybody that has HBO, make sure you tune into it. If I'm not mistaken, LaBrandon, stop me if I'm wrong. April the 15th, correct?
Yeah, actually, it is next Saturday. Is the 16th.
The 16th.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I might think wrong.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
April the 16th, make sure you catch this confirmation. You're going to see Kerry Washington there. You're going to actually see LaBrandon Shead up there. You're going to see a lot of big-time actors and actresses that's actually doing their thing right now. Make sure you check out 999. Once again, guys, if you haven't seen this movie, see it. And if you can't find the episode that LaBrandon was in on Walking Dead, make sure you YouTube it. I guarantee it's on YouTube. Like I said, he did one heck of a part up there. Now, LaBrandon, what was the atmosphere like behind the scenes on The Walking Dead when you was up there?
Oh, that's on another level. It's I can't even really describe it. It's you get in. First of all, I'll tell you, I was so excited. I was driving in actually to the to the studio, to go in and get all my my costume stuff in order and everything. And it's early in the morning. I was so excited, like I'm literally driving. There's a security gate, with a guard, and it's like 5 in the morning or something, and I'm flying. I have the music cranked up. I'm ready to go. And there's actually an exit gate, or entrance gate, and I'm flying, and the security guard kind of sees me like coming in like super fast, and she luckily like just in the nick of time she like hits the gate, and it flies up like that, and I like fly right through it. I didn't even see him, like literally, and I felt so bad I backed up. I knew for sure I had lost the job right then. I was just like, okay, I'll be the first guy to lose a job, before you just start shooting, and she, bless her heart, this sweet woman, she's like, oh, this happens all the time,
Oh, wow.
I was like, okay, thank God. Yeah. I don't know, maybe that's probably a lie, but maybe she's just trying to make me feel better. But,
When your mind is focused, you're going. When your mind is focused, you don't see nothing else around you. You going to your destination.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah. And, oh, God, when I finally got to set, we shuttled over to the Alexandria compound, and they have this huge gate, just like you see on the show, around this kind of community of townhouses, and it's chaos. You have all the diehard fans. They're camped out, they have their high-powered, cameras with them, trying to see any actor they can. We had, guys, once we get in the compound, they're up on ladders, with their cameras trying to take pictures. And I kid you not, I saw a drone fly over the set, trying to, yeah, there was a drone that flew over the set, you know, trying to get the eagle eye out on what's going on. And man, yeah, it's next level down there.
Wow. Is that
Yeah.
something that happens on every episode before? I mean, what people don't see behind the camera? I mean, is it always diehard fans out there with cameras?
Absolutely. Yeah, from what I was told, they stay out there, you know, just as long as a season is filming, they stay out there, you know, every day. And it's crazy. You know, there's so much love, you know, for the show, you know, and it's, you know, everyone appreciates it, you know, because, you know, not often do you have a show that can actually really change the face of television, you know, in that type of way, you know, and I was just lucky enough just to be a part of it, you know, and the guys, and getting to work with Lenny James and Seth Gilliam, you know, was incredible, you know, and, you know, seeing them work was, you know, I was literally like taking a advanced master's acting class right there on set, you know, just watching them.
Gosh.
Yeah, so it was incredible.
That's amazing. That's really amazing, and it's truly a blessing when you actually get a chance to do all of this, because it's at the point where a lot of people are trying to get to that level, and you've hit that level, LaBrandon, and the great thing is your career is nowhere close to being over. So I can picture what you're going to be doing the next year or 2 or 5. I mean, this is incredible how you're getting elevated, man, and congrats again for everything that you've done. And please continue to keep doing what you're doing. The good thing is that you're not having a big ego about all this. So you're a laid-back guy, I can tell. And this is incredible, what you're doing, and what you're about to do. So I got to give you your props again. Congrats on everything you've done.
Really appreciate it. Really do. Yeah, the way I see it is like, you know, once someone starts to get an ego about something, I feel like they're in their mind, like I feel like they're done. You know, it's a long career. It's a journey, and it's really a marathon. You know, and acting is always you're constantly learning. You know, so it's you know, I'm grateful. You know, I'm grateful to be a student of it, and I'm ready. You know, for the next chapter. You know.
Mhm. Now, talking about the next chapter, are there any other projects that you're working on that you can talk about right now that we could be looking forward to?
Yeah, actually, I have a film. It's called The Red Man. You know, it's a really interesting. It's an art house film. You know, that will be premiering in Las Vegas, actually on the 28th this month. You know, and it's very much heavily influenced by, you know, music and kind of the dark side behind what goes on, some of these major, you know, record labels, and it has a little bit of a Illuminati feel to it. You know, that's a whole interesting world, like in itself. But you know, I think that film is actually getting close to getting some distribution. Yeah, that's in the works, and you know, and as well as a project called Dealer that I shot with, you know, a couple filmmakers and I've known for years in Las Vegas. That will be premiering at the LA Film Fest in June. So I got a couple stones in the fire, you know, and just trying to constantly keep the wheel spinning, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, LaBrandon, how can the people that's listening to you right now and your fans and everything, how can they follow you on social media?
Oh, yeah, they could go on and give me a follow, you know, either on my Twitter. It's actually just like my name, LaBrandon Shead. It's, you know, with the underscore, you know, in the middle. You know, they could do that, or Instagram, actually just my name, LaBrandon Shead, or they could just friend me on Facebook. You know, it's LaBrandon, you know, just regular LaBrandon Shead, nothing fancy, you know, on there, and I'll follow them right back, and I'll talk with them. If they have any questions, I'd be more than happy to, you know, to chat with them. whenever.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice. All the fans worldwide that's listening right now, make sure you go find them. Find them on social media. Keep up with them so you can know exactly what's going on. His next big thing that's going to happen. I mean, make sure you follow LaBrandon. If you do, I guarantee you're going to see big things that's going to happen, and you're going to be one of those people in the movie theaters who'll be like, he's one of my Facebook friends. I'm following his fan page. And one of them also saying the same thing. So, guys, make sure you check them all out. Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. Just Google them, and you'll find everything. Trust me, guys. Make sure you do that. Now, LaBrandon, what is your ultimate goal as an actor?
My ultimate goal, I would say, is to honestly be able to create my own content. I write as well, and I would love to have the leverage, one day to be able to shoot my own projects, and I would love to eventually just to be on a hit show, as a series regular, like that would be great, and just to create great stories, that people really enjoy and and that really move people, because I think people, whenever they do see a great story, like they just talk about it for years, and I would love to be a part of that, instead of kind of the rehashing of the classic superhero type of films, which I enjoy, but I think people are kind of ready for some new content, and some risk, in the industry. So yeah, that would be the ultimate goal. Yeah.
And I believe you're going to hit it, LaBrandon. I don't see nothing stopping you, man. Like I said, you're climbing up the ladder. You're doing big things. And looking back down where you started to where you're at now, I mean, you have to give yourself a pat on the back. And this is something big, like I said, that you're doing. And, I mean, even down to the people that's helped you on the way, like, Nate Bynum and everyone else. I mean, big shout-outs to Nate that's listening right now, if you're listening. Big shout-outs to you. I mean, there's so many people that you've met, so many things you've done, and the sky's the limit for you. Now, LaBrandon, I know you don't have much time. You're a busy man, but what advice would you give any male or female that's trying to get into the television industry or the movie industry as an actor or actress or director or producer? What advice would you give them?
Oh, I would definitely say never give up. It's so important to embrace your dream, and never turn your back on your dream. True story. Like, honestly, I had the choice years ago, to give up. I moved to LA and I struggled, and I literally had to move back home. Like, it was a shock. Like, it was really, really tough. Like, I couldn't pay my rent, this and that. I struggled, I was waiting tables, and I had to regroup, and I asked myself, like, whenever I had to move back, into my parents' house, I said, that's what I want to do. Like, even though I had to take a couple steps back, it made me realize how hungry I was. So I made it, a big effort to get back to Los Angeles and to pursue my dream, So I think people just have to realize is that, there's no timetable on your dream. If it's something you want to do, whatever it is, just pursue it with, like, all of your heart, and it'll happen. It'll happen, and just stay diligent, whatever it takes. Yeah.
Nice. Great advice, LaBrandon. I mean, I want everybody to make sure if you're trying to get into the television movie industry, and this is no joke, and you can ask LaBrandon, this is not the easiest industry in the world to try to get into and to succeed and conquer. But like LaBrandon said, you got to chase your dream, follow your dream, hold on to your dream, and make big things happen. And you can do it. LaBrandon has done it. Other people have done it in Hollywood and down in Atlanta, everywhere else. There's no reason why you can't do it neither. So if you're listening worldwide, hold on to your dreams, grab them, run with it. Make big things happen. And LaBrandon, I know you could be, like I said, you could be a witness to this. Like you just said, you follow your dreams, big things can happen.
Absolutely, 100%. You know, the world is your oyster. That's the way I see it. You know, it's just grabbing a hold and not letting go.
Nice, nice. Now, LaBrandon, do you have about 2 more minutes? I want to play a game with you real quick.
Oh man, absolutely.
Yes,
I'm all about some game.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, LaBrandon, I want you to go back in your mind to your childhood, even during the days when you started imitating Steve Urkel, okay? This is what I want you to do. I'm going to give you about 45 seconds to think about this, and then you have about a minute apiece to answer each one of these. So, LaBrandon, what I want you to think about is I want you to name your top 5 favorite television shows with you growing up, and your top 5 movies as a child growing up also. I'm going to give you 45 seconds to think about it, and I want you to shoot them out. I want to see, can you think about it?
Okay. All right. Yeah, I could think of some good ones already. Yeah, some classics.
Whenever you're ready, shoot them.
Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. Okay, I will go start with the shows first, okay? First off, I'll start with Family Matters. I will go with Full House. I don't know what it was about that show, but San Francisco, and I love San Francisco. Power Rangers was a big one. I was all about that show. Still want to be a Power Ranger.
Hold on. Which Power Rangers, LaBrandon? Which one?
I was all about that Green Ranger, man. I was all about him. He was just cooler than everybody else, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's see who else we got. We got Animaniacs. I don't know. I just love that show. We got oh man, brain fart. Let's see. Oh man, I can't think of anything. Batman. Well, there we go. I watched. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was all about that. Yeah.
Now, LaBrandon, did you know Animaniacs is on Netflix now?
Oh, that's right. It is.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. Oh. I'm gonna have to go on and do that then. I gotta rekindle that love affair.
Man, yes, sir. I was watching it 1:00 in the morning the other night. So trust me, I know how you feel about that.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, sir. 5 movies. Let me see what you got.
All right. 5 movies. Oh yeah, this should be much easier. I loved Batman Forever. That was something. Val Kilmer, he was one of my favorites. We got like Forrest Gump. Love that one. Can't go wrong with Johnny Depp, you know, in the movie Blow. Love that one. He's great. Training Day, of course. My boy Denzel. We got Love and Basketball. Love that one. Loved it. And now we got so many new ones I keep thinking of, but I'm trying to take it back.
It's hard to do, man.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Told you.
Yeah, this is no joke.
You only got one more, LaBrandon.
Oh, I'm gonna go with my boy Daniel Day-Lewis, The Last of the Mohicans.
Nice.
You know, such a great actor. Yeah, he was so good. Even though I really loved him in There Will Be Blood, you know, that was pretty recent, but you know, him in every movie is just is an acting lesson. You know,
so
just
true.
a great just to learn from. But yeah,
okay.
Man.
Thank you. Now, LaBrandon, if they ever made any remakes of these shows or movies, would you ever go audition for any of them?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, I'll always have love for any Batman, you know, reboot. You know, that's just a character that I love, you know, and if they had a new Love and Basketball, you know, I would be down. I so would be down. I'd have to go on and get in some serious shape, you know, before I even think about doing that. But
nice.
Yeah, I'm open for those films are definitely close
I want to say thank you, man. Thank you for coming on the show. Once again, people worldwide, make sure you follow LaBrandon. Find him on social media. Check out Confirmation coming out Saturday, next Saturday, the 16th. Make sure you check out 999. Look for his past shows, How I Met Your Mother, The Walking Dead. There's so many we didn't even mention. I'll just throw these out here. The Red Man, Point of Honor. Make sure you check out all his Chuck. Check out all these shows that LaBrandon's actually been on. He's doing big things, guys. LaBrandon, thank you for coming on the show today, and I hope you'll come back in the future.
Oh, man, thank you so much for having me. I love to be back. Love to be back with some updates for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, guys. You heard it here first. Y'all have a good night right here from the Big Scoop with Coop. Until next time, everybody.
Geico presents sharing versus oversharing. Earlier this week, Claire Tippins shared a princess nickname generator, 3 pictures of her dog wearing a tutu, and 2 online quizzes, including, what candy is your dream castle made of? Claire, your sharing has tipped the sugar scale and turned into oversharing. But have no fear, princess. Geico has something worth sharing with your internet kingdom, like how you could save hundreds on your car insurance just by visiting geico.com. No magic wand required. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.